What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mike the Credit Guy. If you haven't seen me before, you can find me on just about every social media platform. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and of course, here on YouTube, okay? We talk about everything credit, from travel, credit cards, credit repair, every aspect of credit that can affect your life. We're gonna talk about it and we're gonna cover it on my channel. Before we do anything else, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification so every time I go live or I drop a new video, you're going to hear about it so you'll be the first to watch it. Something that is very unique about what we do, we try to drop different content on every single platform. So if you're not following us or you're not a subscriber, understand that every single platform that we're on, we will try to drop a different piece of content on every platform. So you're not gonna see the same thing everywhere, which I know you probably go to someone else's page. It's kind of the idea, but with us, it's not the case. So make sure you follow us on all platforms. Again, we're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and of course, here YouTube. If there's any specific subject that you want to talk about, don't be afraid to drop it in the comments, and I'll try to make a video to cover that. Again, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the like button, because that's going to push us to the top of the list so everyone can see this content. Don't forget, make sure to comment, drop some emojis, ask us some questions. Don't be afraid. We are going to create a community where everyone can feel comfortable and you can ask any question you want. There is no question that is dumb. It's actually dumb if you just don't ask it, okay? I may laugh about it. I may say it's silly, but at the end of the day, I'm going to try to answer all these questions in the comments. And if it's a really great question, I'm going to make a full-fledged video out of it, okay? Now, before we get into this video, I want to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, okay? It's Nicole's wish. Now, in today's video, we are going to talk about credit cards. Now, I talked about it a little bit on the last video. You know, these are my credit cards. These are my non-primary cards, and these are my primary everyday cards. Now, someone asked me, you know, when is too much credit cards, okay? Or how many credit cards should I have? In order to have a decent file, there's no specific number, okay? It's all about what you're comfortable with. A lot of people start getting credit cards, and they're getting credit cards that they don't really use. This is why there's a secondary stack right here. I don't really use these, okay? So you want to be very cautious about the credit cards that you get. Don't jump on these social media bandwagons and go get a card because, oh my God, they're gonna give you a high limit. They're gonna do this, they're gonna do that. No, you need to make sure that this credit card works for you best. Because every time you get any new type of credit, and especially credit cards, every time you add a new line of credit to your credit file, you're reducing your average age of credit. People that get into the 800 clubs are going to be people that have an average age of credit of 5 years and above, okay? Last night on our live, we were talking to some people that have an average age of credit of 4 years. They only have 3 credit cards, okay? So if you're wondering how many, there's really no specific number. It's about you and what you're comfortable with having. So there's no specific number that I'm going to throw out there. Okay, now I'm going to tell you what I think and what I've seen when we look at different algorithms and when we look at different credit files. We see that the average that people carry is going to be 3 to 5 credit cards. That's normal, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you want to get more lines of credit and you want to get up there and have more positive payments reporting, then you want to be looking at 9 to 12 credit cards. That's a lot, okay? So people ask me, you know, how do you manage these credit cards? There's a lot of different ways that I do it. And now I'm going to make a completely different video on it. It's a whole nother topic. Don't forget, last part's the most important. So how do you keep all of these cards active? And do you need to keep them active? Yes, you have to keep them active. Because if you don't keep your credit cards active, the credit card company can close it. There's going to be different variations from American Express, Chase Bank, Capital One, Discover. Everyone's going to treat you different. The longer you have a credit card open, the more your average age of credit is going to build. And you need to understand, if you don't keep a credit card active, the credit card company has the right to shut it down. People get upset. They get, you know, mad because they shut off your line of credit. But if you're not using it, why would they keep it open? If you're not spending the money, the credit card company has no motivation to, 1, raise the limit, and then 2, keep it open. So you need to keep the card active. If you have a $10,000 line of credit, and I talked about this on the live, if you have a $10,000 line of credit, like this X1 credit card that I have, I'm not using it very frequently, okay? And what happens is a lender can say, yeah, you know what, man, he's not really using that money. Why are we gonna let him keep that 10 grand? they lowered my credit limit on that credit card because I'm not using $10,000 a month, okay? So when you have a large line of credit, you have to understand that you need to keep it active and you need to prioritize your credit cards. There's a reason why this stack of credit cards are my primaries, because these have the largest limits and they're my favorite credit cards. They allow me to stack points and get cash back rewards. But if I'm not using them and I have high limits on them, the credit card company will reduce your line of credit. Now, we've seen all kinds of different things with American Express, Chase Bank, Capital One, Discover, Citibank. There's all different types of companies that do different things. We've seen people with Chase credit cards that barely even use them for years and they still keep them active because the relationship has already been established. They've had that credit card open for 10 years, okay? Some credit card companies are like that. Some other credit card companies are not. It's really going to depend on the credit card company themselves and their decision. You're at the whims of the credit card company, and you need to understand what motivation do they have to increase your credit limit or even keep it open and active and keep that line of credit at exactly where it's at if you're not using it. So you need to prioritize your credit cards with the highest limits. That's what I do. I prioritize my credit cards with the highest limits and I use those the most because those relationships are the most important to me. Now, yes, age of credit is very important, but if the credit card is not that great and you're not getting great rewards for it and it doesn't have a great limit, why do you focus on that? The only reason that I would focus on it is if it's American Express, Chase Bank, Capital One, Citibank, okay? All these big banks. When you establish a relationship with those specific banks, you want to keep those cards active and use them to the most that you can, because the more you use a credit card and you pay it off in full, that's going to motivate a credit card company to raise those credit limits. So, moral of the story here is, yes, you can have a lot of credit cards, but you have to keep them active. If you don't keep them active, they're going to shut them down or they're going to lower the limits. And again, remember, you have to remember, everything's going to be different for everyone. There's not going to be a specific case, but if your relationship is very young and you're not using that credit card enough, you're going to be at a higher risk to being shut down or that they're going to lower your limits, okay? So that's why it's very important that we learn how to use our credit cards properly and how to prioritize your credit cards, okay? And not go out there and get all these crazy credit cards because you saw it on social media. It has to be a big fit for your lifestyle. The credit cards that I carry in my wallet aren't the same credit cards that you should carry in your wallet, okay? If you're looking for specific credit card offers or a specific credit card that you're ready to sign up for, there's going to be a link in my description. So make sure you click on that link and you're going to see all the best credit card offers you can get. And that means getting the biggest sign-on credit card offer, meaning you're going to get a certain amount of points, a certain amount of cash back, a certain amount of reward cash. Every credit card is going to be different. But my site, if you go to use that site, that's how you can support our channel, okay? And my site specifically will update faster than everyone else's, okay? This is why it's great to have the right relationships with these credit card companies. So click that link in the description to go check out the credit card offers. There's so many different credit cards that you can look at. There's so many different offers for cash back, for travel, for reward points, whatever it may be. It's right there in the description. I'm going to drop one last gem for you before I go. Now, if you're in the market and you're looking for new credit cards, trying to get the best offers, the best time is going to be right before the holidays, okay? Everyone just goes willy-nilly and goes and gets a credit card, and then they don't get the best credit card offer. Now, you need to make sure that you do it right before the holidays because these credit card companies are trying to get that spend from you because they know that people are going to spend a lot of money during the holidays, and that's when you can get the best credit card offers. So if you can hold out right before the holidays, wait, and then you can see that the new credit card offers are going to start coming in, and you're going to be able to get more points or better cashback rewards or better cashback offers. There's going to be better rewards and better offers right before the holidays. Don't forget to subscribe to make sure you're increasing your real credit score.